All right, welcome into Winning Team Press Conference here at the 2022 Ticket Smarter Birmingham Bowl featuring East Carolina. Today, from your left to right, we have Gerard Stringer, head coach Mike Houston, and Birmingham Bowl MVP Holton Ahlers, who today broke the bowl record for passing touchdowns in a game and touchdowns responsible for in a game. So, Coach, we'll start with an opening statement from you, please.
What a great night for Pirate Nation, and so excited for our players, excited for our fans, excited for our institution. This has been the goal since we got here, was to get ECU back to winning and back to being in bowl contention and back to winning bowl games. And so tonight's a very significant achievement for a lot of people. And I couldn't be more proud not only of these two up here, but of this entire senior class, because they've been here since day one, and they'll tell you. It wasn't the easiest thing in the world to do, and we probably got mad at each other a lot, especially those first couple of years. But we stuck together, and just appreciate their leadership, appreciate their dedication, and appreciate the way they prepared our team tonight.
All right, we'll turn it over to questions. If you'd like to ask a question, please raise your hand and then start your question with name and outlet.
Stephen Igo, the Hoisted Colors, if you guys didn't know. But Holton, just coming into this game, were you pretty locked in, pretty confident, and just you seem to really be on it early? Just what made that difference for you?
Yeah, I was locked in. Meantime, you miss, you have one final game in a month to prepare for it. I better went out there and played good. But yeah, we had a really good game plan to get some quick throws early, to really get the receivers going. They did a really good job. The offensive line was blocking their tail off. We had a lot of RPOs, and at the beginning of the game, I threw a lot of them. And they hung in there, and Keaton hung in there, and didn't have a negative attitude about it. They just wanted the team to win and to move the ball. So it was a total team win tonight. I'm super proud of the guys, and I couldn't imagine going on a better way than this.
Troy Dreyfus, Pirate Radio. Good to see you guys. Congratulations. Coach, you feel this is a little bit of redemption? I know there's been a lot of ups and downs this season, but be able to end it on this note.
Well, it's the way that you obviously want to end the season. We were talking walking in the hallway, when you get these bowl games and you don't win them, it kind of stinks. But when you do win it, it's just the perfect way to end the season, and it sends you into the off season with so much positive momentum. You say ups and downs, but, the expectations, of this program and what these kids did is, the reason anybody was disappointed in any part of our season is because you created higher expectations than any of you ever thought was possible. And so I just think it's a credit to the young men here that they've created the expectations. You're going to compete for conference championships, that you're going to be a team that's a contender year in and year out. And that's a credit to them. So I think this is the perfect way for them to end the seniors to end their careers, and it's the perfect way for our returning players to end their seasons.
Gerard, Patrick Mason, Daily Reflector. Gerard, when we talked to you in August, we talked about your number change. You talked about how it was kind of important with your family and you're kind of afraid of that number, but you went with this anyway this year. Have you had any time to kind of think about that and just kind of talk about how you embraced that number and had played the way you did today?
Yes. So the dates coming up from the past, so I've been thinking about this the whole month. So it's always on my mind. Every day I think about my brother, and it helps me get through the day, and it helps me remember what I do, how I get through everything.
Gerard, a sack, forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. That's like, I don't know, a defensive player's dream.
Trifecta.
Yeah. So how does that feel in your final college game, man?
It's amazing. It's a great way to go out. I put my heart into this program, and I put my heart in this last game. So they get that. It's amazing.
Holton, there's a lot of pressure on you to, finish out strong and lead this team to a victory, which you were able to do. Just curious, what do you plan to do tonight now that pressure's off and to go celebrate?
I'm going to do this. I'm going to celebrate. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah, after this, I play in the Hula Bowl the 14th, so it's kind of go time with that. I played all season with a torn labrum. I tore it my first game, third drive in the first game of the season. So I got to get that fixed, and then see where life takes me, see where football takes me. I love this sport. I love this university, and I couldn't imagine playing for another team. And I told Coach Houston before we walked down, I was like, I'm just going to sleep in my uniform. I don't want to take it off yet. But yeah, I mean, just being a kid from Greenville, and experiencing that out there, that's all I ever wanted. Was to bring this university and this football program back. I mean, these fans certainly deserve it. I mean, you could see out there. I mean, almost the whole stadium on our side was just purple and gold, and it's a night I'll remember forever. And it's a night that I've been working for, and Gerard and all those boys since we were 17, 18 years old. So it's in due, but I'm glad we're here now.
Any other questions?
Coach Houston, can you touch on just what you just saw out of your senior quarterback in his last game here at ECU? Because that was historic and magical.
Well, I think we all saw what we expected. I mean, and that's the biggest credit you can give him. His senior season, we were talking up on the stage out there, when he decided to come back, he came back for a reason. And, he's had a senior year that will go down in the record books. And to cap it off with not only getting us back into bowl season, but with a bowl win and then a performance like that. But that's what we've come to expect. It's the consistency throughout his career, and especially this year. You expect a performance like that each week, and that's a credit to him and the hard work he's put in. It's a credit to the offensive line protecting him. It's a credit to the receivers he has. But at the end of the day, he's the one that had to go out there and play. So we're just proud of him and excited for what's next.
Coach, just McCall going down in the second quarter. It looked like you guys were going to be in it for a dogfight. Maybe a lot of points scored. Just how much did that change the game?
I mean, certainly, he's the 3-time reigning Sun Belt Player of the Year, and I talked about it the whole last month that when he's played well, they've been hard to beat, and when he's not played well or if he's been absent, then they've struggled, and so certainly that was a big big moment for them. But I thought the kids fought all night long. They kept it, a game, all the way to the end. I know the score doesn't look like that, but that's a good football team. They're a 9-win football team, and they've been kind of the class of the Sun Belt the last 3 years. So certainly it hurt losing him, but they still continue playing, competing, and playing very well.
Coach over here, D. Jackson, CBS 42. There's a sign here in Birmingham that says, "Welcome to Birmingham. We're glad to have you here." Can you talk about the experience in the Birmingham Bowl here, the hospitality, and what you guys experienced this week here in Birmingham?
Well, I told several of the members of the committee, and I told Mark after the game, just this has been a great week, and it's you when you go into these bowl weeks, you usually have some things I didn't really like that, didn't really enjoy that, but I thought everything was planned out so well. I thought it was very smooth. I thought they had some great activities for the kids. They were just the best hosts you could ask for, and it really made it an enjoyable week outside of the game. And so I just really appreciate the committee and Mark and all of his group and all the hard work that they did putting this bowl on. And we're honored to be a part of it, and we're excited to be the bowl champion this year.
Got time for one more question?
Holton leading the fight song. Is that something you thought about, or did you just run over there and do it on a whim?
No, so last night, right before we took the stage of the pep rally, their head guy came and he was like, "When y'all win tomorrow," he didn't say if y'all win, he said, "When y'all win tomorrow, come up and lead the fight song with me." And you always see it, on TV and stuff like that. But I mean, I would have never thought about doing that myself. But it was a moment I'll never forget. And that fight song means a lot, to me and my family. And I mean, it always will. And ECU is always home, and Greenville's always home for me. And it was bittersweet, moving on. And I tried to stay as long as I possibly could. So I think they're going to kick me out now. But it's been a long journey with these guys and the guys in that locker room and guys that already graduated. But I mean, like I said, I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else.